There's no doubt that AI art has become one of the most contentious topics of 2022. For every impressively detailed masterpiece that's been spat out by a text-to-image generator, there's a question over the ethics of the whole enterprise. As it stands, many are now genuinely concerned about the dangers of AI art, with some even saying that it may replace humans altogether. The growing popularity and development of this technology has angered celebrities, creatives, and pretty much everyone concerned for the future of the art world. So let's take a look at the top 10 reasons celebrities are getting scared about AI art. Number 10, fan edits. If you want to know why many celebrities are growing concerned over the rise in AI art, just have a look at what's been happening with some of their fan accounts. One post that went viral on Twitter was from a Lady Gaga fan account called #1 Replay Stan that posted an AI-generated image of the singer in a Harley Quinn costume, insinuating that she was filming a new superhero movie and that she was going to be playing the iconic character. The account captioned the photo saying, "Lady Gaga made her first appearance, teasing her Harley Quinn role in New York yesterday." Now, obviously most fans of the DCEU know that Margot Robbie would never be replaced in her role as Harley Quinn. Her performance was simply too good that the character is likely going to be hers for life. But to the average person, they might actually believe the images when they see them, considering that AI technology has gotten so good, it's almost impossible to separate it from the real thing. In essence, it can be used as just another tool to spread misinformation. A similar thing happened with Britney Spears, who had shocking photos posted of her on Instagram, created by fans that showed her walking around New York City with Sam Asghari. The real Britney Spears was spotted in Mexico, but it just goes to show you that AI is getting scary good at creating candid moments that never happened, and there's obviously a danger in that. Number 9, deepfakes. The dangerous new phenomenon in AI enables anyone with a computer and an internet connection to create realistic-looking photos and videos of people saying and doing things that they did not actually say or do. In fact, several deepfake videos have gone viral recently, like the one where President Obama uses a swear word to describe President Trump, or the one where Mark Zuckerberg admits that Facebook's true goal is to manipulate and exploit its users. The amount of deepfake content online is actually growing at a rapid rate. According to a report from DeepTrace, at the beginning of 2019, there were 7,964 deepfake videos online. Just 9 months later, that figure had jumped to 14,678. Fortunately, today's deepfake technology is not quite on par with authentic video footage, as in you can still tell by looking closely that a certain video is actually a deepfake, but the technology is improving at a rapid rate, and experts have predicted that deepfakes will soon be indistinguishable from the real thing. In the months and years ahead, this technology threatens to grow from an internet oddity to a widely destructive political and social force. In fact, it doesn't require much imagination to think about the harm that could be done if entire populations can be shown fabricated videos that they believe are really real. Number 8, AI in music. Digital art is not the only area that's been affected by the rise of AI software. Midway through this year, it seemed like FN Meka was poised to become the next big star in this line of artificially intelligent performers, having racked up more than 10 million followers on TikTok and hundreds of thousands of monthly listeners on Spotify. The self-proclaimed robot rapper signed a deal with Capitol Records on August the 14th and was dubbed the world's first augmented reality artist to sign with a major label. According to his Instagram bio, Meka is a robot rapper not accepted by this world. More accurately though, he's a digital avatar with a half-shaved head and green braids, voiced by a real anonymous human being. Just days after FN Meka's big break, however, the virtual rapper got some really bad news. Capitol Records announced that it was severing all ties effective immediately following accusations of digital blackface and the trivialization of police brutality against Meka's creators. They released a statement saying, "We offer our deepest apologies to the Black community for our insensitivity in signing this project without asking enough questions about equity and the creative process behind it." So essentially, the two men behind the project were not actually Black themselves, yet they still felt comfortable using their AI rapper to push harmful stereotypes and insensitive lyrics. Number 7, accusations of misogyny. These days, you've probably noticed several celebrities using magic avatars on their social media profiles. The app responsible for these AI-enhanced selfies is called Lensa, and at the moment it's topping store charts, but concern about the tool is growing just as fast. In fact, Megan Fox recently called them out for the over-sexualization of the app's AI-enhanced selfies. In an Instagram post right next to several semi-nude artistic depictions of herself, she wrote, "Was everyone's avatar equally as sexual? Like, why are most of mine naked?" Fans immediately ran to the comments bashing her for blaming the app. Some were even putting the blame back on her, saying it's because all of her photos are that way, and the app can't create something that isn't there. To which Megan replied, "Sigh, I was being sarcastic. How can everyone think I lack this level of awareness?" But AI art generators have come under fire for similar reasons before, with one Twitter user accusing them of blatant misogyny. Brandy Barker posted an artwork of herself on Twitter and wrote, "Is it just me, or are these AI selfie generator apps perpetuating misogyny? Here's a few I got just based on my photos of my face." And so for some reason, certain apps not only steal artwork, but also sexualize people without their consent. Number 6, the art competition. This year, the art world was fuming when contestant Jason M. Allen took the blue ribbon in the Colorado State Fair's annual art competition, winning the prize for emerging digital artists. This is because his art was created by AI, more specifically with Midjourney, a program that turns lines of text into hyper-realistic graphics. His work was one of the first AI-generated pieces to win such a prize, and it set off fierce backlash from artists who accused him of cheating. One Twitter user wrote, "I find it pretty unfair that AI-generated art is allowed to be placed in the same category as art made by humans. When the day comes where artists spend thousands of days honing their skills, get frustrated, experience pain because of their art, then I think it would be fair." Allen spoke to the New York Times and defended his win, insisting that he made it clear that his work was created using AI. He said, "I'm not going to apologize for it. I won, and I didn't break any rules." When asked what he thinks about putting artists out of business, he said, "This isn't going to stop. Art is dead, it's over, AI won, humans lost." Now, that sounds very bleak, but he pretty much summed up what artists are afraid of, that AI is making them nervous about their own futures. Because why would anyone pay for art when they can easily generate a masterpiece in less than 5 seconds? Number 5, plagiarism. Controversy and skepticism over the new art-making technologies has been around forever. For example, many painters condemned the invention of the camera because they believed it was ruining human talent for artistry, something they argued actually took a fair amount of skill. For years, photography was considered by some as art's mortal enemy. In the 90s, some of the earliest digital editing tools and computer-assisted design programs were also slammed by purists because it wasn't considered something that relied on sheer talent. So why is AI any different? Well, for one, it's because of tools released this year, like DALL-E 2, Midjourney, and Stable Diffusion, making it now possible for literally anyone to create complex, abstract, or photorealistic works just by typing a few words into a text box. But it's not just about the fact that they can produce beautiful works of art with minimal effort. What makes the new breed of AI really different is that it's essentially a high-tech form of plagiarism. These apps are built by scraping millions of images from the open web, then teaching algorithms to recognize patterns and relationships in those images and generate new ones in the same style. That means that artists who upload their works on the internet may be unknowingly helping to train their competitor. Last month, RJ Palmer, a digital artist, tweeted, "What makes this AI different is that it's explicably trained on current working artists. This thing wants our jobs. It's actively anti-artist." Number 4, the way it works. The artist John Lewis says he put Midjourney to the test to see how long it would take him to make something similar to the award-winning AI artwork. Incredibly, he said that it only took him about 10 seconds to create the artwork. He started by uploading a bunch of images to Imager that he says he made by entering a prompt, then hitting refresh a few times. Since it all comes down to the prompt used, AI prompt writers are starting to closely guard the prompts that they use to generate pieces of AI art. And there are even online AI art prompt marketplaces where you can buy prompts that create particular styles. When reviewing his experience creating the art, Lewis said, "Midjourney is a text-based generator, but the user doesn't really have a great deal of control over the output. It's more of a random image generator, albeit with some really cool art styles built in. You can guide it, but you can't control it or fine-tune it." But he also felt compelled to acknowledge the ethics of grouping it in with other art. Quote, "Midjourney is a lot of fun as a quick ideas generator. It's great, certainly just as useful as a Google image search, but to claim the user is an artist or that there is any real skill involved in using it is a bit misleading." Number 3, widespread protests. ArtStation, a platform that allows game, film, media, and entertainment artists to connect and showcase their portfolios, has been flooded with the same image posted over and over by different users. A large red no sign covering the word AI, paired with a caption that reads, "No to AI-generated images." This week, artists have grouped together and organized a mass protest against ArtStation by uploading the image onto their profiles after it was discovered that the AI-generated art was being featured on the site's main explore page. To many human artists, the juxtaposition of AI art with their own work is extremely degrading. deepfake and undermines the time and dedication that goes into producing their works of art. Illustrator Nicholas Cole created the protest and spoke to Motherboard about the image that everyone's been posting on their profiles. He said, "Seeing that made me feel a little hope and solidarity, but it was slipping down the page while the AI post was going strong. I decided to post the same thumbnail in solidarity and see if I could keep it trending. I let Twitter know what I was up to and invited anybody who felt the same way about the issue to join in, to see if we can get ArtStation to respond with a policy that actually serves and considers their user base of skilled craftspeople." Due to the protest, ArtStation did finally release an FAQ, where they defended the inclusion of AI art-generated work on their platform. Number 2 is starting to get banned. Stock image websites like Shutterstock and Getty Images have already banned the upload and sale of AI images due to copyright concerns. Because the innovation speed of AI has actually surpassed lawmakers' ability to keep up with copyright policies, artists have taken it upon themselves to warn the public of the ethically murky territories of AI art. They found that one of the biggest concerns about the commercial use of these images is that the question of copyright has yet to be resolved, and that's causing enough doubts for Getty Images to ban it altogether. The company behind one of the world's biggest libraries of stock imagery released a statement saying there are open questions with respect to the copyright of outputs from these models, and there are unaddressed rights issues with respect to the underlying imagery and metadata used to train these models. They made sure to add that the ban does not affect the submission of 3D renders and other digital editing tools. Getty's decision might be a blow to some of the many people creating AI art, but it does make sense. After all, customers' confidence in a stock photography site depends on them knowing that they'll have no legal issues with the images they license. Overall, many artists agree that AI art is a powerful tool that can be used as a reference or inspiration, but it shouldn't be used for profit or lauded in the same way that human art is. And coming in at number 1, the ethics. The fact that anyone can create AI-generated artwork by simply entering in the right prompts creates a huge job security concern for human artists in a field that's already extremely difficult to make a living in. This is already coming to pass in small ways, like the Twitter user who stole an artist's work in progress during their live stream and generated the rest of the piece before they could even finish it. This is why it's extremely worrying to see programs advertise that users will have full ownership of any images they can generate, because if they wanted to, they could use those images for commercial purposes. So anyone who enters a sufficiently descriptive prompt can profit off of an image that was generated using the work of artists who were not even asked for or let alone paid for their work. For that reason, many have already started calling for serious regulation of AI art programs. It's worth saying that there is nothing intrinsically wrong with using technology in this way, but taking the artwork to use as data without telling creators and allowing just anyone to steal their work for their own financial gain is ethically irresponsible. In fact, AI has already taken money out of the pockets of human artists. If anything, it should be used to help them, not steal their work and hurt their career prospects. As it stands, many are now genuinely concerned that AI may replace people altogether, and those fears are not exaggerated. So what do you think about the future of AI art? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.